August is my birthday month. I had a little break to give myself the rest I desperately needed and to heal. We went away for a trip and I managed to take some clips along the way. I tend to do a bit of life reflections during this time of the year, not just because I know I've turned a year older, but because I lost my dad to cancer in August, shortly after my 21st birthday. That feeling of grief and disbelief still feels raw 15 years later. The pain never really goes away, you just learn to cope with it better with time. 2021 has been a stressful year for me to navigate. I changed my job in April after working in the same place for over 10 years. Things were not rosy, but at the very least, I was used to the people, the environment, and the system. In fact, I was getting rather complacent, which is why the thought of quitting never really crossed my mind until things got pretty unbearable and unmanageable. I guess that's why people say change can be good, but it usually is quite uncomfortable at first. I've been working my new job for about 4 months. Although the setting is a lot more supportive, I'm still trying to get used to all the changes. Things haven't been easy because I need to work quite hard to establish myself and build my credibility all over again. Sometimes it feels like starting from scratch for the second time. While I'm thankful I'm no longer stuck in a toxic environment, the feeling of unfamiliarity is quite stressful for me sometimes. My YouTube channel is a passion project which I feel really grateful to have. Truthfully, I'm so honored to have a small following and I love to show up and hopefully provide some values and a bit of inspiration. While I'm thankful this platform has given me so many opportunities to meet wonderful people, I can't deny the stress that comes with being on social media. You do get criticized for the way you look, the way you speak, the way you dress, the content you put out, and just the way you are. Some days I get comments saying, how can I call myself a minimalist when I own a certain designer handbag? Other days someone will say, it's boring to always talk about luxury minimalism and I'm being a bit too restrictive and it's time to live a little. I know from years ago that I can't possibly please everyone anyway, but finding the right balance has proven to be quite stressful. Some days I do wonder, do I belong to this space? Am I good enough? Is it okay to be myself? I'm generally quite a positive person, but everything was starting to feel quite overwhelming. So I decided to take some time off from my day job and from my passion project for a week. During my break, I received messages from friends and subscribers saying my channel looked rather suspicious. It appeared all the videos were gone just like that. The thought of losing all my hard work of nearly 3 years stressed me out almost immediately. I'm not sure if the timing was good or bad because if this had happened when I wasn't off, it would have been even harder for me to manage. So I ended up spending quite a bit of time trying to get it fixed during my break. When the dust settled, I realized I truly feel grateful to have this platform, even though I have good days and bad days. Life is of course not a smooth sailing, and sometimes it can get really bumpy and a bit lonely. If you're struggling with stress, don't be afraid to talk to someone or ask for help. You really don't have to do it on your own when time is difficult. An amazing resource to get connected with a professional therapist online is BetterHelp, and I'm so thankful to have BetterHelp sponsor this video. BetterHelp is an affordable online counseling service where you can find licensed and professional therapists. How it works is, you will need to fill in a survey and BetterHelp will be able to match you with your perfect therapist. There's a wide range of expertise on BetterHelp, so you'll definitely be able to find the help you need, whether if you're struggling with stress, anxiety, or depression. If you don't click with your counselor, it is free to change to a different therapist as well. I find that really reassuring because talking to someone you feel comfortable with is a major part of a successful therapy. I love that this is an online service because it just makes counseling and therapy so much more accessible to everyone. You can schedule either video or phone sessions while being in the comfort of your own home. In fact, you can send a message to your counselor anytime, anywhere, and expect a timely response. This service is also available worldwide, which is great because everyone needs help now and again. There are over 1 million people taking charge of their mental health on BetterHelp. So if you're struggling and you need some professional support, do give them a try, and that's Better, H-E-L-P. If you click on the link down below, you'll also get 10% off your first month. When I feel stressed, I also like to spend time in nature. I find it really soothing and calming. It reminds me being alive is such a blessing and I should never take it for granted. So when life gets a bit stressful, I take myself out for a walk in the park and embrace the wonderfulness of nature. I can actually spend hours looking at the beautiful big trees, the blossoming flowers, the flowing river, and the wildlife just being themselves. I'm not sure if it's the fresh air, but I always feel more hopeful and positive when I take a short break from the busy world and civilization. I think a lot of the stress we have comes from our desire to control things, especially those we have no control over. We worry about how we are judged by other people, we worry about the weather, the traffic, the algorithm, and the future. Many times I catch myself feeling stressed about the things which haven't even happened yet and might never happen. It's still a struggle for me sometimes, but I now try to be more mindful about the things which are outside my control. Again, this is not easy, but I always try to remind myself to focus my attention on the things I can actually control, such as my work, my actions, and the way I react to life. This is of course not a magic potion to a stress-free life, but it does remove some of the unnecessary stress we burden ourselves with. If my flight is delayed, I can either get really stressed out, or I can tell myself it is what it is and get some work done, or listen to a good audiobook while waiting. The choice is up to me. Oprah Winfrey said, "Gratitude can transform any situation. It alters your vibration, moving you from negative energy to positive." I truly believe being grateful for all the blessings we already have can make stress a lot more manageable. When times are hard, it is sometimes tempting to fixate on the problem and feel sorry for ourselves. But if we just take a step back and focus on the good things around us, we might realize the situation isn't as bad as we make it out to be. I keep a gratitude journal where every night I'll write down something I'm thankful for. I find myself reaching for it on stressful days just to remind myself life is good and I am blessed. I know this is quite a personal video. I felt quite nervous putting out a video like this, but I wanted everyone to know that it is okay not to feel okay sometimes, because life is never perfect and we all have our own struggles. So if you're feeling stressed, you are not alone, and it is absolutely fine to slow down and ask for help when the time is right. Thank you for watching this video, and take good care of yourselves.